by Michelle Clifford, Europe correspondent. Catalonia's leader has until 10 a.m. local time, 9 a.m. UK time on Monday to announce whether he really has declared independence or not. If Carles Puigdemont's answer is yes, he will be given 3 days to withdraw, or risks Spain imposing a constitutional nuclear option suspending the region's autonomy. The demand to make a definitive statement came from Spain's Prime Minister after Mr. Puigdemont announced a mandate to separate and then suspended it in a session of Parliament last week. Video: Will Catalonia create a domino effect, signing a declaration of independence which Catalan ministers later described as symbolic? Mr. Puigdemont said he was putting any move on hold so that negotiations could be held with the central government. But Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy has ruled out talks after an independence referendum which had been declared illegal, saying there could be no possible mediation between democratic law and disobedience and unlawfulness. Huge demonstration against Catalan independence in Barcelona. About 90% of those who voted in the referendum backed separating from Spain, but only around 40% of people turned out, with most of those who reject secession boycotting it. If Mr. Rajoy invokes Article 155 of the Spanish Constitution, it would give Madrid previously unused powers to take control of Catalonia's government and would deepen an already fraught political situation which saw King Felipe make a highly unusual intervention on the side of the central government. European and world leaders have pushed for talks, but the EU has so far rejected Catalan calls to act as a mediator. Video: chairs fly as protesters clash in Barcelona. Many Catalans fear the national police, who sparked widespread condemnation for their aggressive tactics on the day of the referendum being sent back onto the region's streets. There are even fears of the army being sent in. Catalonia referendum: the fight for independence, explained Emma. Puigdemont now faces a critical decision and has come under intense pressure over the weekend from pro-independence parties that prop up his government. They have demanded he make an unequivocal statement of independence or they will walk away from his coalition, likely forcing regional elections. But economic factors will be weighing heavily on his mind. Hundreds of companies already have indicated they will move operations from Catalonia, fearing the impact of separation, which would also cut the region from the EU. Video: Spanish PM asks Catalonia for clarification on independence statement. In the days after the referendum, Mr. Rajoy's government introduced a new law to make it easier for companies to relocate, in what many saw as a tactic to frighten the separatists. Mr. Puigdemont is reported to be preparing a written response for the Spanish government after meeting with his government and coalition partners.